Good afternoon, everyone. If you could come this way a little bit, promise we're not going to keep you in the sun very long. We're just going to say a couple quick things about this beautiful new play facility we have here, and we don't want to stand in between free snow cones and kids as well. So to hear that sound of playing over here is pretty cool. Hope you would all agree with that. I'm Doug Holloway with our Parks and Recreation Department. Again, thank you all for coming out to celebrate with us today. When I think back to last February 6, 2024, and I got that call that vandals had come into Castle Hills Park and lit our playground on fire. And it was a very depressing phone call, and it was also something that you feel very violated. That someone would come in and destroy something that children in the neighborhood, it means so much to the children in the neighborhood in this area. And I know how I felt, and I can't imagine how the neighbors here felt when somebody comes into your park and destroys something that means so much to you. We made a commitment, though, to the neighborhood and to our community that we would work as fast as we possibly could to be able to get the playground replaced as soon as possible. One of the factors is, and I got asked this a lot, is it insured? Well, yeah, it's insured. The problem is insured at what they perceive the value to be, which wouldn't even have replaced a small portion of what actually got burnt down. And so I turned to our Madam Mayor, Lauren McLean, Councilmember Jimmy Halliburton, Jimmy's peers on the City Council, and said, we need some extra money. Because if we're going to rebuild a playground, we need to rebuild it the right way. And not only a bigger, better playground, but one that has accessible features in it that will serve all the children in our community. And here we are, now in the end of May, and it's paid off. That patience has paid off, and we have a beautiful play facility here that is going to serve not just the neighborhood, but the community for decades to come. And so, anyway, it's that, what's that saying, lemonade out of lemons, or whatever the case may be? That's what happened here. And so, very proud, very honored to work with our leadership, our elected leadership, in getting this done. Our design team, Jason Miller, wherever Jason is at, and his team. Dan Falconer, who's our project manager on this. Nice work, guys. And of course, Sarah Arkle, our superintendent of parks. Thank you, Sarah, for you and your team's work on getting this done and getting it open. And of course, Bonnie Shelton, who set up this event for us here today, and her team. Can't do it without you. So again, thank you all so much for coming out. It's my honor to introduce the mayor of our great city, Mayor Lauren McLean.
Well, thanks, Doug. I'll be quick because I know we all want to get back to the playground. I want to thank all the neighbors for being here, for your persistence and help in designing this beautiful park. I got here and I said that it just looked like magic, with so many kiddos on it running around, the colors popping right against the neighborhood. It is so wonderful to have this park playground back. And it means that over 800 folks can again walk safely to a playground within 10 minutes. And as you know, we're trying to do this around the city, make sure that folks can walk within 10 minutes safely to a park. And so it was really important to us not only that we restore this park, but actually do everything we could to modernize it. So to see kiddos on the swings that work for users of all abilities and how accessible this is. And I want to point out the soundboard that's over here. You can take a look if you have a chance before you head home. This is a neighborhood right by the city's James Castle house. James Castle was a deaf artist, and in September we'll be celebrating his birthday as well as Deaf History Awareness Month. So on September 27th, we're going to have a community event right here in your neighborhood at the Castle House. I hope you'll come enjoy it. And in the meantime, love this park, because that's what makes parks so wonderful, is when they're filled with joyful voices and lots of people running around. I'm looking forward to seeing it enjoyed, and then seeing you again, if not before, on the 27th, right back here in the neighborhood. So thanks to all that made this possible, for the neighbors for joining us today. It's really wonderful to celebrate reopening this park.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'm glad the mayor mentioned the neighborhood and the community helped with the design. So we actually put out a call to the neighborhood to actually vote on a couple of different designs, and this is the one that the neighborhood picked. So we didn't pick it, we didn't build it, you picked it, and then we built it. So again, thanks for your participation in that as well. I'd like to introduce Councilmember Jimmy Halliburton.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I usually don't have a problem finding words to say. I tend to be a little bit long-winded on the microphone. And I'm feeling just a lot of joy today and a lot of gratitude. I'm looking at all the kids that are playing on this playground and how much fun they're having. And frankly, it's making me a little emotional because I know the story that it's taken to get us here. But one thing I want to make sure that I say, and one thing that I want to make sure that I do, is acknowledge our Parks and Rec staff. Who really went above and beyond in making this possible. I think a lot of times the way that we respond to adversity as individuals, as neighbors, as a community, as an organization, that's really what defines our character. And a lot of times I think we think about how can we make the best out of a bad situation? And that's not what we did here. We actually made better out of a bad situation. I don't know that I ever envisioned when the playground was burnt down that this is how it was going to get rebuilt. And I just want to say thank you to all of our staff at Parks and Rec. And if you could raise your hand, if you work for our Parks and Rec department, all of you, every single one of you, if you could raise your hand right now, and we could give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much for your hard work. And neighbors, thank you for being part of this. You got to choose what the playground looked like. Your kids got to choose what this playground looked like. And this is what we have today. And it happens because the community comes together when bad things happen to not make the best out of a bad situation, but to make something better. And I'm just truly grateful to each and every one of you for your involvement, and each of you kids who helped choose the park as well. I do want to say hi and thank you to ACHD Commissioner President Miranda Gold, and say thank you to ACHD for being here as well today. We have our play camp from Parks and Rec who are here. We've got snow cones that are going on over here, and mostly we've got a lot of fun to be had on the playground. So again, thank you so much everybody for being part of this, and let's play on.
Thank you, Jimmy. I do want to do a quick shout out to Tara Adams, who is our ASL interpreter, and also Tim Blonsky, who's the president of the Idaho Association of the Deaf, who is also present and with us today. So thank you for coming out. Also, Adventure Adapted Recreation Program. I believe we have some participants in that, which is part of our Boise Parks and Recreation Department as well. So, having said that, do we have a ribbon we're going to do? Bonnie? Okay, we're right here?
Yeah, just right
Okay, great.
And this way, so the playground's in front. Yeah.
And I think we're looking for kids to be in this photo. So kids, if you want to be in this ribbon cutting photo, get in here with the ribbon, Parks and Rec folks as well. But kids, come over here next to the ribbon. Up front too.
You may need to move that way. The mayor's got the scissors that way. I'm the mayor. Come on. Excuse me.
I'm over here. I'm in the back.
Yes. All right. Will everybody help me count down? Yeah. And the put us around it, and then people can hold the ribbon if you want. Okay, you guys ready? All right. Should we count from 3? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Thanks for everybody. Thanks for helping. Have fun.
They are very good. We have bigger ones. Yeah, we have some bigger ones. The last time we used the big ones.
Yes. Yes.